Okay, so here's the deal. I'm working on a play, and I'm going to design a character after you, and this character is on a quest for a husband.
Okay.
As you are. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what I'd like to do is just ask you some questions, and you can help me mold the character, and you can answer the questions based on how you feel in this moment. Okay, so you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some love questions that you should ask yourself if you're on a quest for love. Ready?
Okay.
Okay, first of all, how old should this guy be? Give me an age range.
39 to 59.
39 to 50. And what should he be doing for a living? What kind of work should he be doing?
Goodness. I would think maybe...
Time's up. Okay, these are called fast round questions.
Oh, wow.
You have to come back to that.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do for a living?
I work in a cubicle environment, and I get to leave a lot of work at work, which is really nice.
Okay, now, do you have any children?
No, I do not.
Does the man you want in your life, can he have children?
Yeah, he could.
Okay, can he have a psycho ex who's constantly on his case and who bangs on your door every day?
I would prefer not.
Okay, all right. Well, for the film, maybe that might be an interesting thing.
Yeah, that's
to
definitely a fun plot point.
Yeah, okay. All right, and do you believe in the zodiac?
A little bit.
A little bit. And what would your sign be, if you don't mind saying?
My sign is Taurus.
A Taurus. Okay, so that means your man should be full of bull.
I hope not.
Okay. Well, they all come with their fair share of it. You know, we just have to kind of sift through it.
Every human.
All right, so so if I were to ask you what kind of a man would you want in your life, how would you describe this man? What kind of man could he be? Would he be?
He would be kind and loyal.
Okay, we're going to stop right there because people always say that kind, loyal, compassionate. No, give me the definition of kind. What does kind mean to you?
Considerate of others.
Okay, now what does considerate mean? Being kind to others. You got it. That makes perfect sense to me.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just roll right along. Let's talk about deal breakers. What are some of the things you absolutely do not want in a man? And please don't say the opposite of kindness. You know what I mean? That's the easy way out.
That is the easy way out. I would say a wandering eye, someone who's a liar, someone who lacks ethics, someone who is mean-spirited. Okay.
All right. And let's talk about height. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Okay. And would you consider yourself average height for a woman, or would you consider yourself below average height or above average height?
I would consider myself above average
for
height.
It depends on where you are. If you're in the land of the giants, you'd be a midget.
True.
Okay, so my question is, I'm not sure if you would make a basketball team for ladies, though. I think they have to be, 6 feet and more or something?
Most are 6 feet or more, but if you shoot really well, you can be shorter.
Okay, I guess that's the idea, to get the ball in the basket, right?
Yes.
But the odds are the taller you are, the easier it's going to be. Okay, let's talk about the guy's height. How tall should he be?
Oh, goodness. Tall spiritually. How about that?
Okay, what do you mean by tall spiritually? You want maybe like a church guy, like a tall church? When you think of spirituality, what comes to your mind? Some people think of church, some people think of Buddhism, some people think of meditation. What do you think of when you think of spirituality?
When I think of spirituality, I think of someone who's just really connected to the universe, connected to themselves, and connected to a greater being.
Okay, an astrophysicist. Somebody who's connected to the universe. Somebody like, Degrassi, or somebody with that knowledge, I'd imagine. With that intelligence.
That's amazing intelligence.
Isn't that something? I listen to this guy and I'm like, where is he coming from with this stuff, Sometimes I can't listen to him because he takes me way out there, And I go, all right, let me just come back to earth. Okay, so should he be a house owner, homeowner, or should he live in a box in Skid Row? What's your story?
The former.
Give me the answer, not the former.
A homeowner capable of buying a home.
Okay, so you should be a homeowner, house owner, or capable of buying a house is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's not capable of buying a house at this time, and he doesn't have the money to buy a house at this time, and he does not own a house at this time, you're not going to even consider this character at all.
That's hard to say because there's so much to be said for charisma and meeting somebody and connecting with them.
A woman should never play down, especially when she's saying, I want a guy with a house, I want a guy with this. She should never play down her ability to inspire a man. because maybe you're not capable of inspiring a man to greatness. That's why you want all these things. But maybe you're the type that can inspire a man to greatness. So you may not have to put all that on the front row.
That's an interesting thought.
I think so. I think it's a very interesting thought. Not only because I said it, but because it's interesting, I think. Okay, so let's talk about your flaws. Because everybody's got them, that were given to us, by our parents, the system, the government, our education, our religion, freely. So now that we've got these flaws and been conditioned by all of these various entities, how would you describe your 3 flaws that you want him to be aware of before taking on a commitment? Like, hey, wait a minute, you better know that blank, blank, blank. Like I like, peanut butter on my banana. You know what I mean? Or something like that. I mean, I don't know if that would even be considered a flaw.
Well, I will say that I do come across as aloof, even though I'm not.
Now, what do you mean by aloof?
Cold and distant and reserved.
Okay, and you're not that.
I start off that way. I warm up.
Okay, so you do start off that way and you give that impression then.
I do give that impression.
So now here, okay. So that means that if a guy is not warmed up to you, you could scare him away.
Probably.
And what are you going to do about that?
I need to radiate a different energy when I meet people.
That would be one of the flaws you're talking about. Okay, I understand that. Give me 2 more, if you can think of them.
Yeah, I can. Definitely carving into my schedule to allow for shared experiences with a man and to grow a relationship.
Okay, so that tells me you're a busy lady.
Yes.
But you will make the time, you will part the Red Sea.
I'm encouraged to make the time. I really am.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right. One more.
Allowing a man to be a gentleman.
And why is having a man in gentleman mode, why is that important to you?
It shows care, I think. Holding the door, pulling my chair, standing when I leave the table, standing when I sit back down. Just those customs and norms I feel are really special.
Now, if he's not a gentleman or if he doesn't have that type of etiquette, more of a brute, would you train him if you felt as though he had potential?
I would have to find my voice for that.
You'd have to find your voice for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe...
So that's a fourth concern.
Okay, all right.
Asking.
You got to find your voice because you're not the type that would normally teach a man manners. You would hope that he would been well raised at home and maybe read a book or watched the
Bridgerton
or something, or End of Green Gable, and said, "Oh, this is how a man should carry himself." Okay, yeah. All right. So you do like that type of traditional manners and etiquette from a guy.
And I'm pleasantly surprised when I see it, just when I'm interacting in society.
How often do you see it?
I saw it yesterday.
Where'd you see it?
I saw it while I was at a restaurant, and how a particular man got up from the table and he did not disturb the women at the table to get out. He disturbed the other gentleman.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I thought you were going to see something on a TikTok video or something.
No.
You saw it in real life.
Real life.
Oh, document that. All right, here's another question for you. Why would a man be lucky to have you?
I am looking to build a bond with somebody and be their partner and be by their side and care for them. And I feel that is something that every man needs. Okay,
so you say a man would be lucky to have you because you will blank. You will what?
Be supportive and be by his side.
You will be supportive and you will be by his side.
Yes.
Okay, through thick and thin or just through the thick?
Thick and thin.
Okay. Now, like they say, every man that you meet is in some kind of battle that he's not telling you about.
Yeah.
How would you find out what that battle is so you can side with him?
Goodness, you really have to observe and listen because there will be clues, I believe.
Even though we have pain inside.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about it. So I think when you're observing a man and you're listening, you want to go beyond the physical senses.
Okay.
And feel that vibration and say, okay, my man is not feeling good and I'm going to do something about that. Okay, how would you want him to respond to your battles? You have battles, do you not?
I do.
Of course you do. You're a warrior. But can a woman give all her support to a man and ignore her own needs?
I don't think anybody can give all their support to a partner and ignore their own needs.
Okay, so how would you want him to respond to your needs while you're responding to his needs?
Well, to begin by being a listening ear. And sometimes people just want to vent. They're not even looking for a solution yet. They just want to get something off their chest.
So my question is, how do you want him to respond to your battles? Because now he's aware of your battles. How do you want him to respond? By saying, oh, you just need to be strong. You need to just kind of, pull your bootstraps up and deal with it. Like, how do you want him to respond to you?